live. I've been watching Angulo and Berlanga, right? And I've been telling you guys for the longest that Berlanga is overrated. You know, he accused Steve Rose of running. All I've seen him do, he's been working the jab. But other than that, Angulo's been throwing the power punches. He's been busting Berlanga's face up. You can tell he has a case of the thin skin. And this is the last round, okay? Berlanga has been throwing the jab. His corner had a stern talking to in the corner. And it's crazy because he was complaining about runners, right? Berlanga was like, hey, I guess these guys are going to run. But all I've seen him do is hold this whole fight. Whenever Angulo started putting the pain to him, putting the pressure to him, he starts locking up. And it's a trip. Like, look at him now. He's running like a bitch. And I'm like, listen. He's been caught with the uppercut. His mouth is open. He's tired. Angulo is the older guy, just like Steve Rose was. And I'm thinking like, Berlanga, he's been overrated. He's been working the jab. I think he's probably been working more on his boxing ability. He's winning round 10 and it's 17 seconds left. I don't know if he's won the fight because what I saw Angulo do most of the action. Of course, he's not the hometown. Oh, good right from Angulo. Oh, good right from Angulo. And a bite has been a part of this round. A bite has been a part of this round. Like, look, they look like they're going to fight right now. The fight's over. Okay? So, we got 52 seconds left. Let's go back to 10 seconds, right? Okay. Good right lands. Oh, another right lands. And Berlanga's just charging him up. He tries to headbutt him. Listen, Berlanga bit him, bro. You know, Angulo should have this, but this was crazy. The referee missed it. He missed it. He missed the bite. I have to say, I have to see that bite. I have to see that bite again, bro. That's like some classic Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. Somebody did it to Danny Garcia last year. Red Cash, Ivan Red Cash bit Danny Garcia. Now this. It's crazy. So I'm just chilling because I got a pack tomorrow, and I was done. I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna go live. I'm just gonna watch it, just chill. But once I seen the bite, and I seen how Angulo started applying the pressure, and how Berlanga really he has a lot of stuff to work on. For one, his defense. His jab is good, but he has to do more than a jab. Okay. Josh Randall, wish I was watching this fight. Man, it's a good fight. It's on ESPN. You know, it's crazy. My ESPN server, like I pay for ESPN Plus, but I go to the ESPN app and they tell me that I have to put in a code. It's retarded. Jonathan Jerome, morning from the UK, the building. It's crazy. Nicholas Jacobs, peace and blessings to you too, Nicholas. Man, I'm just really interested to see what this is going to be. Berlanga need a step down fight. Yeah, he does. Because somebody's going to knock him out. I mean, he's got stunned. He got rocked a couple times in this fight. Okay. Is Angulo about to be robbed? I don't know. More than likely. Yeah. Let's check him out. You know, every so often I notice though, like ever since Cotto, we had Verdejo, he come up short. Now we got Berlanga. We all know what happened to Verdejo. He has a whole different situation going. But it's like, it's crazy because They're looking for that next Trinidad. They're looking for that next, Trinidad. I can't stop wondering if Canelo is going to make a comeback. Don't worry about Canelo. Canelo is Canelo. He bit off more than he can chew that night, and that's that. Berlanga has a lot to work on. He got hot with big shots. He's a hype job for sure. Now we know it isn't his trainer, Rozier. No, it's not, because he got somebody else. Then, and that's what happens. A lot of times these fighters have to get humbled. It ain't because of it ain't because of the trainer money. It's because of these fighters. I knew that Berlanga was going to be beaten. If he's not beaten tonight, which I don't think they're going to take it for. I think they're going to rob that fighter because he's lesser known, because they're still trying to make something out of somebody that needs to improve himself. Okay. Berlanga, man, the way he talked, man, these guys keep running. And he didn't even understand you're dealing with a mover. Let's see what we got, guys. And you look, and here's the problem. You see this Colombian fighter here? Look how long it's taking the motherfuckers to open this fight card up. Why are they taking that long to give us the decision? If they done it round after round, there should be no reason for this delay. That's what I'm talking about. That's the problem. So you got a guy. See, they're just sitting there. They're just sitting there. And because they're trying to figure out what the fuck we're going to do, how we're going to spin this. Berlanga got his ass beat. Here we go. Here we go. After 10 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the Bud Light celebration decision. Okay, here we go. Okay. For who? For who? See that shot, like that shit like that? Where the fuck did he hit 98, 92? That's what this is what I'm like. This dude here, man, his next fight, if he fights someone worth a damn, because the scorecards was shitty. It was shitty. It was like, look, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Knockout streak to start his career when he had 16 first-round knockouts. 16 first-round knockouts. That will give anybody the big head. Now he's stiffening up. His next fight, somebody's going to knock him out. He's not like, and the problem with him, he changed trainers. And he thought the trainer was the problem. No, the trainer's not the problem. You're the fucking problem. When you don't humble yourself, or you don't look in the mirror and you don't see what you could have worked on, what you need to improve on, this type of thing is going to happen. Okay? Hard hitter. Another fucking Jeff Lacey, a Puerto Rican Jeff Lacey. That's exactly what Berlanga is. And as soon as he steps up, he's just going to make another motherfucker look good. That's all. You know what I mean? Because if he goes up there, like if he fights someone like Sullivan Barrera will stop him. Somebody like Sullivan Barrera, and they'll be like, oh my God, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, that's what happens. You know, let me hear how he talks. Let me hear how he talks. Psycho Crush, I know, right? In this building when you were 9 years old watching me. Well, they're giving him a history lesson and asking him a bunch of buttered up questions and shit. Let's talk about the fight.
It means a lot, you know. I was here 9 years old when I watched the young Cotto fight on Zab Judah, and it was tremendous. And then I watched him fight the Barclays Center, and from there I just believed. I said, listen, when I turned pro, my father told me, you know, we would be headlining one day before we that weekend.
Wesley Gamble, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Where Teddy when you need him to say, I thought you lost. I know, right? Struggle boxing. I know, right? Where is he? He got his own shit.
In the beginning where he's more settled, how did you feel tonight in taking on a rugged veteran like Angulo? I felt good, you know, mentally I felt good. I felt happy, you know, the whole change.
Look at his fucking face. That's all you need to do. Look at his face.
And I just can't be more grateful to be on my island, training, and then a full camp for this fight. And you see the difference tonight.
4 consecutive.
New Yorkers like biting ears.
But this was probably the one where your boxing skills finally showed. Was that part of the plan?
Oh, of course, we said if we let him clean shot, he goes, but if we got to box for 10 rounds, that's exactly what I did, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to show the critics, all the people that said I'm not worthy enough to be where I got to be in the sport at 168.
Well, I wonder why they saying that.
The veterans sooner or later. So I feel like tonight I'll put my point.
Rounds 8 and 9, the crowd was pushing you. They wanted a little bit more.
And he didn't give it to him.
What was that like?
It was fun, but I had to stick to the game plan. Angulo's a tough veteran. He fought for the title 2 times. He fought Benavidez before.
Berlanga isn't worth watching on a Saturday night.
He went to distance with Ramirez and he got stopped in 11 with Benavidez, but still he went 11 rounds with him, and he's a good champion. So, I knew it wasn't going to be an easy contest.
Anytime you fight in front of your hometown fans, there's going to be emotion.
Hometown decision, people.
It looked like you bit him on the shoulder. What happened?
You bit him,
He
motherfucker.
was throwing elbows. I was about to do a Mike Tyson on him, but he kept throwing.
Look, check this out. Check this out. He bites him. I gotta get this. I gotta get this. Berlanga bites him. Look, he bites him.
Pushes down. I want to get.
Look, he fucking bites him. Hold on. I gotta see this.
All the people that said.
I gotta get this. Hold on. Look, I gotta get this.
At 168, and to compete with the veterans. I'll put my point.
Rounds 8 and 9, the crowd was pushing you. They wanted a little bit more. They wanted to
He
get
bites him, dude.
What was that like?
It was fun, but I had to stick to the game plan. Angulo's a tough veteran.
All right, yeah.
But he kept throwing his elbows and pushes down. I don't want to get cut or anything.
Look at him. He bites him. He bites him. Look. He fucking bites him. And the referee didn't even see that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Like, these referees, I don't know. And I think referees need to be reprimanded more. I think they need to be held more accountable. I think a review should be posted, implemented for any referee that does shit that they supposedly don't watch, or some type of punishment, because a lot of times these referees, they do shit and it's like, well, to my eyes or to my understanding, I didn't see that. Well, that's the beauty of technology. Let's stop acting like fucking boxing is from 1955. We're in 2022. We got instant replay. We got technology that shows you different angles of what you can see. People saw camera angles. That should have been a fucking foul. That should have been 2 points. You bit this man on the neck. He bit this man on the neck. He bites this dude on the neck and he thinks it's cool, and the referee just backs him up. He didn't see this dude snatch his whole face back because he thought a fucking vampire bit him. I mean, what was that referee doing? Let's look. Let's see what this. I got to see what he was doing, because this is crazy. Let me take a look at that.
That adrenaline pumping. What was that like?
It was.
Let me see here.
And he's a good champion, so I knew it wasn't going to be an easy contest.
Because it's a dirty fight, bro. Murky fight. Let's see.
Emotions. In round 7, it looked like you bit him on the shoulder. What happened?
You did bite him.
Because he was throwing elbows. I was about to do a Mike Tyson on him.
You did do a Mike Tyson. He went for it. Look, okay. He was on his shoulder. Then he goes up. He goes for his ear. Look, and he bites him, but he snatches his face back. He snatches his face back before that happened. That motherfucker could have been, look, he could have been Evander Holyfield. Yeah, he bit him. Yeah, he bit him. That motherfucker went up like he was making out with him. Fucking Mike Tyson Berlanga. Can't make this shit up. New York. New York. That's crazy. Yeah, he's talking about Benavidez, dude. Benavidez, and I already see what's happening. Puerto Rico, Mexico, proven sellable rivalry. Okay. Yeah, he tried to give him a Puerto Rican hickey. You damn right. They're trying to make this what it is. 168. Who's at 168? Every fucking body. Billy Joe, Caleb Plant, Jamal Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez. You see what I mean? The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Let's hit that like button. We got 100 fucking people in here. We got 13 likes. Anyway, get the likes up. So, Puerto Rico, Mexico, undefeated. That's what I see they're doing, because they need someone as a representative for Puerto Rico. They don't have anyone, especially someone in that weight. Look, besides heavyweights, besides welterweights, what do we really have? Heavyweights, welterweights, super middleweights. That's like the third popular. Okay, because you can do that Pepsi challenge. I think heavyweight's still the most popular right now. Welterweight, got Terrence Bud Crawford, Errol Spence, and and company. But then you have super middleweight. Canelo went there and fucking lit the whole division up. I mean, lit the whole division up, right? Now you got Berlanga, Mr. Biter over here. And the referee missed it. Okay. It could have been an honest mistake, but then it could have been a mistake that, referees are paid to overlook. Hometown boy. Fix was in. Scorecards were trash. I mean, let's just look at how it was. Let's look at it how it was. That shit was 100% trash. I mean, seriously, you can't make that shit up. You can't. You can't. Seriously, you cannot make that shit up. And Berlanga is that particular fighter that fits the bill. Puerto Rican, undefeated, heavy hitter, great record. They can't fuck that record up because they need somebody to build. Boxing is a business. It's the sport that I love, that I hate so much, people. You know the slogan. If you guys don't know one of my slogans, that's one of them. Boxing. The sport that I love, that I hate so much. Puerto Rico supports Edgar the Bum. Wow. From a Rican, easy win for Angulo, robbed. Exactly. What, somebody got bit? King, Grayson, 7th round, Berlanga bit this fucking guy. He bit him on the neck, and he went up to bite his ear like Mike Tyson. I was about to do the Mike Tyson. Yes, he was. It's what it was. Just he knew, he felt a nibble on his neck, like somebody, like Berlanga was making out with him, right? Well, what ended up happening was Mike Tyson. Yeah, it was Tyson part 2. Angulo felt him coming up, and he was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" Yeah. Berlanga bit him in the 7th round. He bit him. Berlanga bit this freaking. Let's get 100 likes. Let's go. We got 130 people in here. Let's get 100 likes. Suspicious. He hasn't had a KO since stepping up. He doesn't have it. No, Alfredo Young. He don't. And I've seen that. You've seen that. A lot of people have seen that. You see that he noticed, oh, well, people think I couldn't do this. No, you're boxing, motherfucker, because you know if you open up, you're going to get hurt or you're going to get stopped. Somebody's going to hurt him. This guy could have done it. But I noticed today about Angulo. Angulo wasn't going to win a decision unless he knocked him out. That's what it's going to be. See, Berlanga looked real good knocking out people that he was meant to knock out. However, when he stepped up, now he's definitely stepped up. He's just fighting guys that getting decent checks. They're on the level, but they're not good enough to be marketable enough, if that makes sense. So they're like, what would they profit for Angulo winning and beating Berlanga? Nobody would win. Everybody would lose. Boxing, in their minds, market-wise, would lose. That's just like Anthony Joshua losing to Usyk. But it had to be done because Usyk was the better fighter that night. So, but when you're looking at smaller scales and you're looking for build-up, see, Joshua was already there. So Joshua's going to lose, he's going to lose. The money is going to be there, it's going to be there. Tyson Fury had to fight Deontay Wilder, so nothing was really determined at that point anyway, right? So, but Berlanga is a guy that he's a fucking seed, he's a sprout. right? And they're putting water on them and sunlight, right? And the little sprouts popped out of the ground. That's Berlanga. And they want to make sure that fucking guy, that sprout, gets this tall. They want to make sure he gets this tall because they need him to grow. That's right. They need him to grow. Because if he doesn't grow, we'll never know. No, because we got to have like David Benavidez. See, David Benavidez is young. He's a young guy. So he's young enough to be the man on the Mexican side of things, right? Even though he's like, he's something else too. I think he's like Honduran, right? But I think he's Mexican too, the Mexican monster. He's a Mexican monster. Boxing is corrupt for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You know, and Berlanga just fits the bill. They know it's a lot of people better than Berlanga. They know they ain't going to put him in there with them. And if they do, they have to orchestrate a narrative that fits him. Look how long those fucking scorecards were to get added up. Every round by round, you score. You know what I think they should start doing? This is what I think they should do. You know how you clean boxing up? You know how you find out that there's a fix in with boxing? This is simple. This is going to blow your mind. All they have to do with all that technology, have cameras focused in on those scorecards each and every time. So each time they mark something, you know, they had open scoring. That ain't good enough. No. This is better because you see them primarily make a mark. So you know what they're going to do when they do it. So if they then start trying to figure shit out, because it takes them that long. Look how long it took them to read those damn scorecards. Puerto Rican boxing is dead. Still have hope for Xander Zayas. Berlanga ain't no top tier fighter, and you can surely see, I think he lost this fight. Yes, how many people here thought he lost the fight? How many people here? Can you guys leave a comment? How many people think that he lost? Give me a like, super chat, something. Let me know where Edgar Berlanga stands. This Mike Tyson copycat motherfucker. Let me know how much where he is. He bit a guy and they did nothing. That all you need to do is look at that. Look at that. That's all they need to do. Look, lost. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should have been a disqualification. 9, 10, 11. Disqualification. 12. Owen Bradley counterpunch to you. Look at another disqualification. He won. Eric M. Out of about 20 motherfuckers, you the only one that, well, you're one of the ones that thought he won. We got Lance draw. The WBC used to have scores called every 3 or 4 rounds. He lost, knew was going to be gifted the decision. Rob, you know, on another scale, I heard a comment saying that Puerto Rican boxing is dead, or we were talking about American boxing, but Puerto Rican boxing, like, it is in danger. You know, you got the alleged fucking murderer over there. He gets stopped anyway, so, you know, he ain't like what we thought he was going to be. And, you know, obviously he couldn't deal with pressures of life. Y'all know Berlanga put on a boxing clinic. Use cameras like Texas Hold'em competition. His last fight wasn't convincing either. Yeah, it was against Steve Rolls, and he complained that Steve Rolls ran. And I'm like, well, what the fuck do you call what you did today different than what Steve Rolls did? Because it's basically the same type of performance. What Steve Rolls did to him is what he did to Angulo. Berlanga fighting like a Cuban. Damn you. The ref seen the bite in the replay. He was looking right at him. Let me take a look at this. Let me I have to look at it again because I got the shit on tape. I got it on tape. Yeah, he saw that, bro. You can't see this motherfucker didn't see that. What? Like, dude, okay, look, you can't make this up. You cannot make this shit up. That referee saw that. I'm looking at him. I am looking at him. Because you could say, well, he was on the opposite side, but no, from his position, it showed him looking. He was looking at this fucking guy. Bite. Oh man, Puerto Rico Rock G. I'm Puerto Rican and I'm embarrassed. Damn. Counterpunch. Psycho Crusher. Lost. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Nice jabs by Berlanga, but that's about it. Look, he needs a lot more improvement. But here's the problem. Berlanga's gonna be. Don't let him get the protection for the connection for more protection. Don't let him be that particular guy that thinks just because you go 12 rounds with a fighter, you expect to get the decision all the time. That's the problem. That's what happens to a lot of fighters because they, like Canelo. Canelo, he thinks he's won. Why? Because every time he gets in a close fight or a fight that's questionable, he gets the nod. When people get the nod, they get a sense of entitlement. When they get the sense of entitlement, they think they can't lose. If they think they can't lose, they'll have a sense of delusion. Okay? They're delusional at that point. See, if Berlanga wins another close fight, another fix is in, then he does it again, by God forbids, well, he's going to get that sense of delusion. I think I won. I think you're going to think that. You're going to think that because how many times? Because they're going to question the amount of times that in their corner, in his mind, he's going to say, man, this other fight was a lot tougher than the fight I had tonight, and I won that one, so why couldn't I win this one? Well, the politics beat you. Like Paulie Ayala or Jermaine Taylor. Paulie Ayala, huh? Horrible fighter, Canelo says. Horrible fighter, man. Horrible. Berlanga already deluded. Yeah, Kelvin, when I seen Berlanga, the shit he talked, man, these guys they gonna just run, man. They just gonna run, man. That's it, man. I ain't gotta work. I'm like, okay. Remember when Berlanga was saying that he would have taken out Callum Smith in 6th round? Callum Smith would destroy him, bro. You got to be careful with guys. And see, you know what? I'm like this. You 20-0 with 16 KOs. The last 4 fights, you haven't done dick as far as knockouts. You haven't done anything at all. I mean, at all, as far as I'm not even impressed. Last 2 fights is shit. Steve Rose had a very good fight. I mean, if Steve Rose would have fought more, he actually could have got this kid out of there. Look, you see it's holes all in the defense. His total game is offense. Now he shoots the jab out there. But if anybody that's not scared of the punching power, will time that shit. You can time a jab like the one he's just jumping it out there and moving. Look. That's easy. That's why Berlanga was not Berlanga, but Angulo was able to throw that right. He landed a solid right in at the end. That was a very dirty fight, very highly spirited fight, very emotional fight for both fighters. But Berlanga, man, is crazy. He got dropped by an Uber driver. Top Rank has a ton of money on this dude. I don't know why. They do because they have to have somebody. And here's another thing. If it's not the PBC guy, David Benavidez, is Zurdo Ramirez. Counterpunch. Think about it. Zurdo Ramirez is a big Mexican that fights in that same weight class. Doesn't he not? Let's see. Where's Zurdo at? Where is Zurdo? Is he at 168 still? Or he moved to 175? Let me see where he's at. He is... Well, see, he's 30 years old. He needs 44 wins, no losses, but see, middleweight, super middleweight, light heavy. Look, so he's probably campaigning at light heavy right now, but that would be the fight to be made. Alfred Young, I'm settled on Berlanga. He's not the God goods. Peace, God bless. Alfred Young, appreciate the super chat, bro. Joey Chaz, Puerto Rico is crying tonight. I mean, if you're a diehard fan, you are. If you're a casual, you'll probably defend because most casuals tend to be people that follow certain people only for certain reasons. Not because they're good boxers, not because they have skill, not because they're hardworking. No, because of what they look like or because of where they're from. People do that. That's why boxing is full of casuals, and a lot of casual people think tribalism. They think in a tribal mindset. Oh, he's from Puerto Rico. I'm going for the Puerto Rican dude, man. Get him. Even though they see this Puerto Rican dude ain't doing what he's supposed to do, or that whatever dude, because it's the person that you're going for. That the only reason you're going for him is because he looks a certain way. And unfortunately, that's the mindset of a lot of casuals. Let's get those likes up. We got 150 people in here. We got 50 likes. Porto Rock G. I'm a boxing fan. I believe Zerto moved up, but I think he's willing to go back down if needed. I think he wants to fight Bivol or Canelo. Well, if he's with Top Rank, that's going to be a problem. But if you are looking for a reason for them to throw money into Edgar Berlanga, and he's an ESPN fighter, there you go. Zoto Ramirez has 44 wins, no losses. But then you have Berlanga. He's up and coming, growing as a boxer, as a fighter, and he has 20 wins, no losses, and that's what you have. So I think they're trying to make these fights big, huge, profitable, and they don't need veterans like Angulo, a Colombian that doesn't speak English, to come here and mess their whole plans up. They're not going to do that. See, the worst thing could have happened is Angulo knocking out Berlanga. That would have been terrible. That would have been absolutely terrible because now all the money goes down the drain. All the plans that they have for Berlanga goes right down with it. Just tomorrow is the PR parade. Oh, man, the Puerto Rican parade is tomorrow. Well, he's going to come there all busted up. And that's another thing. You look at the face. Look at the face of Edgar Berlanga. Look at the face of Angulo. He only won because the Puerto Rican parade is the next day. Rolly beat Marinez. That was a robbery. What? Dude, Rolly, Rolly didn't win that fight. Punch stats, he threw all jabs. Yep, he had to do more than that, but obviously for him, he didn't. Stick to the game plan. He is no match for Zerto, and forget about Benavidez. The worst thing you could do, though, is to throw him in there with somebody like that. Callum Smith would be a good fight for him. Don't make a white-black thing about it, though. It's not a white-black thing about any of this shit. It's a rich or poor thing. It's a marketable, it's a money thing. It's a green thing. Angulo won. My Colombian girlfriend is mad about the robbery. Munguia would knock him clear. I would like to see that. But see, Munguia won't let off of him. Munguia would just beat him into submission. You can get busted up, back up, bite your opponent ear, and you'll still get the decision as long as you're the potential star. Edgar Vasquez, counterpunch to you, brother. Let's get those likes up. Joey Chaz, Colombia. He can forget about the Benavidez fight. I don't think he wants to fight Benavidez now. If he does, that would be a mistake. But understand, that's Bob Arum's boy. Okay? It's Bob Arum's boy. That's Bob Arum's boy. Definitely. So, when you're dealing with Bob dealing with Al, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult all the way through. So I don't, I wouldn't even worry about that because I don't think Berlanga is even, that's not even in the same political platform. But it could be. It depends on how big they make this guy. But then fights like this is not helping the case. It's just helping them. We're just saying he's protected. And then he's just getting a sense of more delusion because he's thinking he's actually winning these fights. Because you can tell how a person talks. If he said some shit, I thought they were closer than that. I would give him more credit because at least he's being realistic about the fight he was in. Probably hurt his hand. Nah, he didn't hurt his hand. If you count the power punches from Angulo to the jabs of that bum, Angulo takes it all the way, but he was robbed. Berlanga is a backyard brawler, not a pro fighter. Yeah, he should join a tough man fight or whatever. Angulo got robbed. Yeah, he did. He got robbed tonight. I'm going to watch this fight again. Because it's crazy, man. Like, I'm watching this fight and I mean, he got busted up, The kid, he got his pound of flesh. I think he lost, but they're not gonna give it to fucking Angulo. Like somebody like Elither Alvarez, another Colombian fighter, kind of looks like Trinidad, like a biker version of Trinidad, bigger biker version of Felix Trinidad. He had to knock out Kovalev. They weren't going to give him a decision over Kovalev because they needed Kovalev for Canelo. I wonder if Miguel Cotto is disappointed. I don't know. I don't know what Miguel's doing. I have no idea what he's doing. Talk about scorecards. Ramiro. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. He didn't do enough to get the win, and he ain't marketable. Well, let's just put he ain't marketable. I think they start there. I don't think it's, the performance the man made. The man did enough to win, but he was not that dude. He was not that dude. We have to be real. He is not the dude. He is not the marketable guy. He's not the hometown guy. He's not the bankable guy. He's not that. You got Devin Haney and Bill Haney. They're sitting there chilling. They're sitting there chilling, looking at the fight. So, this is a showcase. Bob Arum's right beside him, thinking about smoking weed when he gets back home. This New York boy all show. He never beat someone that will punch with him. Well, I don't think they want to put him in there with somebody like that. I don't think that's the right idea. Okay? So I don't think that's the best idea. I mean, even though he was game, he showed he was game. He showed what he could do. He showed that, hey, I'm a rugged competitor. But unfortunately, politically, he wasn't the bankable guy like Berlanga. But man, this has been a crazy night of boxing. I'm going to do another recap. Watch this again and go to bed. I'll give you guys footage of the bite for you guys over in the UK so you guys can check out the footage. I have ways of doing that now, so enjoy with that so we can look at this craziness and how the referee saw or didn't see what he's supposed to saw or whatever, and I'm looking at this fight again, and you guys stay tuned. Take care. God bless. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.